42. The 42 goes down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67, though, and Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Bertiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Garrett Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome everybody into some Sunday night racing action here, where I know the real life racers had a little bit of a delay today, but guess what? We're here and live and on time for some Super Speedway racing here at Talladega with the Numb Thumbs Racing League Super Speedway Series. It's going to be a wonderful, fun, and just a wacky and wild time out here as these drivers take on this 2.5+ mile racetrack for 75 laps, all while going 185, 190, almost 200 miles an hour. So we look forward to having a great show with all of y'all here tonight. So let's get this party all started with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back. As always, we'd like to say a huge proud thank you to the proud sponsors of the NTRL, such as Davidson Builders up there in that northern New Jersey area. Be sure to give them a look out for your next house project. Could be an addition, could be a home remodel, even just changing out the kitchen sink. Get the professionals to do it all for you and get it done right and looking better, all in the blink of an eye. So big thank you to Davidson Builders, sponsor of the NTRL. Big thank you as well to DEP Graphics and their phenomenal paint schemes that we see week in and week out on the track. So be sure to go get yourself a customized paint scheme here today from DEP Graphics. Sim Gear Central. also joining us here tonight. Big thank you to them for providing some fantastic button boxes, all to help you in whatever sim experience that you're looking for. It could be flight sim, farm sim, truck sim, iRacing sim, even the sims. Definitely head on over to Sim Gear Central to pick yourself up a fantastic button box here today. Big thank you as well to Trek Bar Media and their fantastic photo and video edits of real life and sim life racing. Be sure to go check them on out. And I even think they got some merchandise and apparel kind of stuff going on over there. So be sure to head on over to Trek Bar Media to check them all out. And of course, huge thank you to Beadle's Custom Car Carriers. If you're into the model cars and models trucks and all that kind of stuff, be sure to head on over to Beadle's Custom Car Carriers on Facebook to kind of check out what he does and all the stocks that he's got. And of course, if you do actually drive a car carrier in real life, man, send him a few pictures of your rig. He'll paint one up just exactly like your own rig, all the way down to the fine details of the door handles. So be sure to head on over to Beadle's Custom Car Carriers. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I'm joined in the booth by my good buddy, the brewmaster in general, Mr. Alan English, here once again from Talladega. Alan, here we go. It's gonna be a wild one. It's already starting off wild here. We got an accidental mix-up for the qualifying session here, where everyone's qualifying at the same time, so that's really gonna cause some chaos to the starting grid out here. But we return once again to this kind of treacherous track down in Alabama, and these drivers gonna have their hands full here tonight.
Yeah, they are. They're already wrecking during the open qualifier. So, yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Talladega's, as you said, unpredictable. There's always a chaotic start, chaotic middle, chaotic finish. We talk about how the guy that's leading out of turn 4 rarely wins this race. Something always happens between there and out of the tri-oval. The start-finish line being past the tri-oval and all. So. Very cool track. We love coming here. It's a lot of fun. And, the nature of plate track racing is that, anybody that's on the lead lap's got a shot at winning the race. So, watch for dark horse guys to come up through there and take some chances and push the envelope as it were. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. We love these trucks, and we love it when they come to this track.
And that indeed we do. Is down there on pit road, it's the master of the anger management specialist, Mr. Adam Turner, joining us here once again. As we watch out, Adam, here in open qualifying. We got a couple headed your way, flying on in there, having a little whoopsie, but should be a good night, full of some beating and banging, some tough nose racing. And I know Kentucky Derby, we saw a photo finish, and we've already seen a couple photo finishes from this league this year as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you're in the comments there. I guess the music's still going.
Yeah, I'd leave it on for a while.
We have all the buttons. Brown has all this stuff, and not only that, maybe he's adhering to the word of the day, the rule of the day. Let's say it's Cinco de Drinko, boys.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what you've been doing. I had a couple. Yeah, you had. Did you have a margarita with it?
Yes, I had.
Because that's what's supposed to happen today. I had a couple myself. Cinco de Drinko. Here at Talladega, let's have some fun. Maybe somebody will have some fisticuffs, a fight at the holler. I don't know. I mean, I always wish for these things. It only has actually happened a couple times. One time the guy threatened to come across state lines was my favorite time ever to broadcast, just because all my dreams came true. There was going to be a real fight. Somebody was going to,
the threat of it, at least,
stalk somebody, hunt them down, and beat them. But most of the time, these guys they actually behave, and it's just all for fun. They get over it eventually, but they always remember. Here we are, man. We are at Talladega. Let me give you the rules, Brown. They are 1 fast repair, 65% fuel, 3 total sets of tires. That's no big deal. 18 incident points, you'll get a penalty. 6 more incident points, you'll get another penalty. The weather is 78, but the track is super hot at 135.
As we take a look here at tonight's race info, a beautiful sunshiny day, but that is indeed going to make it quite hot out on the racing surface for these drivers. But otherwise, no rain or anything like that in the forecast. A beautiful day to go racing. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race, and it's been a matter of discussion over there in the admin chat for quite a while, man. You got to be careful. And when you're pushing people around out here at these super speedways, you actually got to push them. You don't want to bump them. That upsets the truck that's right in front of you, kind of lifts up that back end, and that's how we get those big field yard sales that we've seen.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole heck of a lot to get that truck loose, and you know, at these speeds, sometimes it's impossible to save. So we have seen some great saves, but you really got to watch it. Applying that bump to the tailgate, yeah, just get right up on them and touch them and push them. We're gonna see some of that tonight for sure.
Yeah, every once in a while though, you'll see somebody just ram somebody, and you just got to be a little bit, careful here. It's definitely hard to see around you when you're in traffic. I know we've shown that view that these drivers are stuck in the actual view of the cockpit. You don't have an option of, having a third person view. So it's a total simulation here.
And that
racing.
That it is, as qualifying coming to a close. We thank you all for tuning in and watching, joining us out here for all this action. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you do enjoy any of the action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button so we can continue to grow this fantastic racing community.
Gotta love the open qualifier. It was a mistake during setup of the race here tonight. DW say, "Man, I'm sorry." Apologizing to the driver. Say I accidentally put it on open qualifier, but that'll make it a little bit interesting here tonight. They're just gonna have to deal with it. And
I think it's actually better for qualifying at a track like this.
Well, it's the problem with that though is if you're in the draft with somebody, you can't touch them because that 0x that would negate both drivers' times, and that would lead to quite some unhappy people as the field starts to pile down onto the racetrack, which means it's time to tell everybody where their favorite driver is going to be starting here tonight. Up at the very front, one of Canada's own, the 26 of Dylan Ritchie getting pole position. He's going to have the 55 of Tom Barish, the double nickel, starting up side by side on that front row. 15 of Vincent Short having a fantastic qualifying time, starting up in third, with the 63 of Dave Holmberg starting here tonight in fourth. Fifth will go to the 6 machine of Caleb Sisk. 78 of Mr. Chris Jordan having a great qualifying time there to start in sixth. Seventh, the 88 of Nick Tucker, looking to capitalize on this great starting spot. He's going to have the 19 of Brandon Coleman to his outside in eighth. The old man of Paul Durkee in the 13 machine, getting us started in ninth place with the original Florida man, the 00 of Mr. Joe Bennett, rounding out your field starting top 10.
23 truck of Mark Collins. Mac's going to start inside row number 6 to his outside. Connor Leach in the 71. 42 Kevin Winker going to start inside row number 7 to his outside. James Lee in the 54. 31 of Scott Milner starting in 15th place. 16th Skylar Herod in the 3. The 14, De'Allen Grote starting in 17th place. 18th, Derek Welch in the 1. And row number 10, and rounding out your top 20, the 22 of Chuck Kiger and the 29 of Philip Ellis.
51, Chris Klein starts 21st, starting 22nd, Ian Davis. In the 69, number 99, America's driver, Albert Anderson, starts 23rd, 24th. Benjamin McKinnon in the 12, 92. Tennessee's own, Timothy Stubblefield, in 25th, 26th. Tristan Cotton in the 7 machine. 16, the Larry Dickerson starts 27th. 28th, the 48 of Henry Wyndham. 05 H.A. Evangelista starts 29th, beginning this race. And 30th is Tate Cawthorn in that 98. And 24 of Stephen Douglas Hines. 31st, Dylan Bryan in the 8. Begins 32nd. And 33rd, rounding it out, the 17 of Garrett Thompson. And I'll tell you what, Garrett Thompson's got a good view in front of him. That's not a bad place to be at a place like this.
No, it is not, as the field comes in around turns 1 and 2 behind the pace car with the lights all turned off, which means we're getting ready to go to some green flag racing here, as I think penalties being applied from any incidents caused from last week or a week before, so everybody getting all shuffled and bustled into line. So we make our way down the backstretch and get ready to go green flag racing for the first time here tonight.
Just a disclaimer: I'm going to be shoving pizza in my face for the first couple of laps here. Because,
Pizza?
Yeah, I didn't get to eat in time before the race, so.
I thought you had enchiladas.
For lunch.
Man, you're living on the high on the hog. We don't get lunch around these parts.
Look, it's an international day of cuisine here. Enchiladas and
Pizza,
oh,
beer, margaritas.
Colorado Kool-Aid.
It's a.
To go along with my pizza.
Hey, we'll just make any day. Like yesterday was what is it? The 4th. May the 4th be with you. Some fake Star Wars holiday.
Star Wars thing.
Yeah, I mean, let's just celebrate every day for something, I guess.
There's a Star Trek.
No, it's Star Wars.
I'll make some nerds mad.
Yeah.
I'll start mixing those.
Yeah, you will.
As the pace car peels off down onto pit road, it means that it is time for the first time this evening, with the field going through the tri-oval into that Geico restart zone, that it is time to go green flag racing here from Talladega, as they field shuffles side by side, beating and banging already up at the front. The 26 and the 55 making a little right side romance action, as the bottom line gets a huge heck of a run. The 15 pushing the 26 before trickling out to the outside lane, hoping to drag the 55 up there with them. A 4 truck field down on the bottom side, whole bunch of others coming up on the high side. And of course, who's all the way up there against the outside wall? That's the 42 of Kevin Winker. Oh, trying to find a hole, but there isn't one quite there. The 63 of Dave Holmberg shutting that door, saying, hey, you risk that position, you're going to be going to the back, as the 42 continues to try to find a spot, find a home. He is able to tuck behind the 63 to get out of that 3-wide situation, as everyone's still trying to build up that speed, build up that momentum. We go side by side with the 6 and the 26 up here up at the front.
Making that third line work now. He's got a little bit of help there.
Well, I liked what Holmberg did. He said, no, man, you're not sliding in here. 42, Kevin Winker was just trying to boss his way in there. So he held his line, and that didn't cause any issue. Kevin, you're going to run that outside. You're going to have to figure it out. I think that's what they're telling him right now. And Kevin will. He's a good driver.
And 19, Brandon Coleman coming up to kind of help him out. Those two drivers know each other well from racing over in other leagues with each other, and they're tag teaming up, and they're actually gathering up a whole bunch of a posse up there up on that outside lane. You got the 29 and also the 99 up on that far outside lane to make it 3 wide, about 4 rows deep, as we go side by side racing for this lead up here up at the front. Oh man, even more trucks jumping up there to the outside lane. These drivers feeling very comfortable going 3 wide here tonight.
Loads of 3 wide action here to start this race at Talladega. I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Winker found his way to the front. Another route, and he tends to do that. He's a heck of a driver. And we have a bunch of good drivers here, and there's some good guys that are really good at these super speedways, so should be in for a good one tonight.
We should, as we take a ride here with the 13 of the old man, Mr. Paul Durkee, tucked in on that bottom line. You can see all the traffic kind of buried around him. Still plenty of room for these drivers to kind of have a little bobble here and there, but things will definitely start getting tighter and tighter as the race goes on, as everybody continues to try to find a home out there. Top side starting to lose a little bit of that momentum. 19 of Coleman looking for a little bit more help on that outside lane. It looks like he might get some here with the 00 Joe Bennett machine. Trying to maybe peek his head out to the outside before tucking back to the inside. as the 42 guides the way down on the bottom, right in front of the 6 of Caleb Sisk. Some good runs here from Henry Wyndham and AJ Evangelista up double digits here as they continue to fight and claw their way up through this field. Looks like pretty much everybody all within this main pack. The only driver outside of it right now is that 23 of Mark Collins, who I think he had a start from the pits penalty, excuse me, as we go 4 wide. Oh man, able to just get out of it.
Yeah, Wyndham saw what was happening and he lifted out of it. Said, too early for 4 wide for me, and went ahead and gave up a couple positions there. I want to thank everybody for joining us over there in the YouTube chat. We already got some comments coming in. Tower Operator here saying good luck to number 42 of Winker. Lori Vaught here saying hello, Triple A. Hello, Lori. Pulling for Albert and Larry out there tonight. Plus EV Racing pulling for his team out there. Also saying that a lot of stuff going on tonight. NASCAR, NTRL, Game 7 playoff hockey. Multiple monitors coming in handy. Plus EV Racing tonight.
I mean, you ain't kidding. Had a fantastic Saturday race, and then head on over to the Kentucky Derby, having a fantastic finish there, and then some Game 7 overtime playoff hockey from the Bruins last night. That was that was a long day with a very high heart rate, at least for me. As snagging the outside wall, goodness. Having some problems up there is that 8 machine, Dylan Mad Max Bryant.
Chris Jordan also joining us here tonight, saying good luck to everyone. Jessica Stubblefield out here, Stub Nation. Jennifer Ray also out here. Well, for Stubbs, Crystal Villano in the chat saying good luck to everyone. Thank you for being here, Crystal. And Jessica, just glad that Bill Gates gave you back your internet there, Turner.
Yeah, he gave me back my internet, but then he's going to try to buy up every piece of farmland around us to make us eat crickets. We got some big things to say about that guy. He's not a friend of ours. I just put it that way.
A lot of protein in crickets, though. Eh?
That's what they tell you, because he wants to destroy us. Durkee's pulling out, looks like, and he's gonna
try to find. Yeah, he's gonna try to find a hole there. Well, the 99 of Anderson up on that far outside line against the wall gets some help from the 1 and the 51, trying to make some big momentum changes happen. Meanwhile, you got the Batman, the 88 of Nick Tucker up here, trying to guide this second lane around on that high side, or that I should say middle side. As here comes that high lane.
Man T here in the YouTube chat saying, evening, gents. Let's see some good racing here tonight. We know that Talladega produces some exciting racing for sure. We've already seen a little bit of that here. No yellows here so far, though. We've even seen some 4 wide. Lots of 3 wide on the track, but we've already seen some 4 wide action. No accidents yet.
Nothing yet. Did you know that elitist scumbag Bill Gates owns almost 70,000 acres or something, some crazy 700,000 in your state? That scumbag. He's taken over Louisiana. Back to you.
99 of Anderson was able to get that huge run. It's tag teaming now with the 42 of Kevin Winker down on the bottom side, controlling the lead of this race. 15 Vince Short's going to jump up to that middle to high side here as he tag teams up with the 88 of Tucker. Meanwhile, the 1 of DW still trying to get that outside line back up to the front. They've lost a whole chunk of their help. They had about 4 or 5 trucks when Albert made that huge move to pass for the lead, but now it's a 2-truck pack there with Klein and Welch.
This is typical so far of some Talladega. Three wide works here real well, and we're kind of seeing a little bit of 3, not totally yet. We've seen almost the entire race run 3 wide at places like this with very little caution, so definitely exciting racing.
And it's a 42. Oh, go for it.
Wait,
No, I was going to
say,
go for it.
plus EV racing.
Go you.
What's
Go.
Oh, Lord.
Did I throw you off? Sorry. I had to get involved. Back to you, English.
Eating pizza.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He got bored with it. Had to go to the pizza.
As the 42, Kevin Winker jumped up from the bottom side up to the middle as he saw that the 15 was getting a run. He's going to lead that middle lane. Meanwhile, the 15 of Vince Short said, I'll bail out on you here. It's going to be a little tight of a squeeze as Mark Collins going a lap down here with the field going around him.
Plus, if Racing wants to know what everybody's drinking out there.
Oh, you know.
He's drinking an old fashioned. My goodness.
That's fancy. What kind of whiskey's in that? That's...
Oh, contact! Oh, big one. One a DW. It's going to continue to trickle on. 31.54, getting some good pieces of that. I think the 24 was able to avoid it. 55 of Tom Barish getting caught up in that one on top of it all as well.
I got in the wall right in front of DW, and I think that's what started it.
Man, that was very big. Big crash.
Go ahead and take a look back and kind of see what happened here. Jump up to our no lies chopper camera.
It was huge.
It was huge as the 00 gets into the back of the 1, and then, oh man, the 6 up against that outside wall. Gets a little piece of it, tries to keep it off of it, but meanwhile it's going, it was starting to go 4 wide there. Very tight squeeze, and was trying to just leave that little bit of extra room from against the outside wall. Comes down the track just a little bit as the 1 gets collected, ends up ramping up over, and then just a whole chaos ensued from there.
Yeah,
one had to check up because of
Yeah.
assist. Is that what you saw?
Yeah, he was lifting, and 00 was already on his bumper, so
Yeah.
just what happens there.
They're
Back
such
racing.
tight quarters, yeah. You did have one fast repair. There was probably a couple trucks that were pretty severely damaged, but I think for the most part, a lot of people were spared.
So we take a ride here with the 98 of Tate Cawthorn. He got into the back of his teammate there, the 7 of Tristan Cotton, as everybody was all trying to get checked up for that wreck, but you could just see the mayhem unfold right there in front of him.
Yeah.
Shauna out there tonight pulling for Winker and Winker Nation. HWG said Eagle Rare for me tonight. I had some of that 10-year Eagle Rare one time. It was
Eagle Rare
absolutely
is
delicious.
top-notch stuff for
Good stuff.
for the price. Yeah, I always have.
And
a
it's
bottle
not
of
that expensive, yeah.
No, I always have one. It's kind of hard to find though. Always on one on standby here. It's my go-to as well.
And Tower Operator was asking what lap would pit stops happen if we stay green. Well, expecting kind of like a 20 to 23 probably lap run for these guys, I think, here, Adam, with their limited fuel tanks.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so
65%? Is that what we're running?
65% fuel here tonight. Yeah, everybody's gone to bourbon. We're almost into gin season, guys. Or vodka.
didn't realize there was a gin season.
Oh yeah, there's seasons. I was taught this. It's a family tradition, you know. The spring is gin and vodka. Summer, gin, vodka. Winter is where you go and switch. Fall, winter, you switch up to the darker whiskeys and whatnot.
Kind of like people drinking dark beer in the wintertime.
Yeah, kind of similar to that. Ooh, they're talking about. Caleb says he got blocked. Is that what he said? Causing that incident.
I didn't catch it.
So
I think somebody slipped up in front of him and might have caused him to slow down, hit the wall, then everything else that happened behind him.
and this is where I'm relying on your guys' ability to
Well, I'm
plug
listening.
into the
Easy
conversations.
Pizza.
I just finished. I'm good.
Okay, you can't
I'm
do
back.
more than one thing. If you can't eat
I
pizza,
can't.
drink beer, and talk and pay
No.
attention, I know the guy. Okay, so he's back. Thank God.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Wow.
I'm not a fan of gin either, there, Jessica.
Oh yeah, gin's good. Gin and tonic. It's a nice classy drink.
Plus, EV Racing, Legend Bourbon. That I've never heard of that one.
I haven't had that one
Good
either.
one?
Sure it is. There's just so many options, you know.
Let's
It's
to
not
get on the
like-
Googler. That one.
Yeah, there's so many different options, just like beer now. You get almost any kind, any brand, all kinds of home brew type of stuff. Like that's why we're in America. We need our liquor.
Yeah, so lights on the pace car turn off, which means we're getting ready to head on back to some green flag racing here. Gonna have the 15 of Vince Short and the 99 of America's Driver. Restarting us off side by side, 88 of Nick Tucker and the 26 of Dylan Ritchie still hanging around with the 42 and the 29 of the only Phils, Mr. Phil Ellis.
Only Phil's. Well, Jessica, if you there's a pizza we're doing for this month at work. It's called the Mexican street corn pizza. Got fire roasted corn and poblanos and
That's a good
Mexican
pizza.
cheese. And, oh man, it's good.
Well, if I want Mexican street corn, I'll just go to the corner and buy one off the street from the vendor. I don't need
Yeah,
to
we
go
have
to
a
pizza.
we have a themed pizza every month. I guarantee you, you'd like it, man.
Do you have a beer that pairs with such said pizza?
Yes, indeed. Our cilantro lime beer called Going South.
All right, now you have my attention.
Yeah.
Like these
Cilantro
guys.
lime wheat beer.
Now they have our attention, Brown. Back to racing.
Yes,
one
sir.
big one early, and I think we'll see another one. But I think we got some good racing in store.
Yeah, the problem is now some of these drivers using up that one fast repair that they've got, so it's going to be a little bit of a battle from here on out for those drivers as we go back to green flag racing here once again as the 99 and the 15 keep things all lined on up side by side. The 88 getting up to that back bumper of the 99, but no other help. It's going to take a minute before some more help comes up from behind. The 29 of Phil Ellis trying his best to get to that Batman machine. But meanwhile, the bottom line with Vince Short, Dylan Ritchie, and Kevin Winker getting a huge run as up to the middle lane / high lane goes the 26 of Dylan Ritchie, trying to pull up that 99 Folgers machine, and he does a little do-si-do tapping his way around the 15 of Vince Short to take control of that bottom line once again.
A lot of movement here on this restart. Ooh, the 7 goes low. He's down on the apron. Looks like he's going to let a bunch of guys around. That's Tristan Cotton down there.
I don't know exactly what happened. From my point of view, it looked like the 22 of Chuck Kiger kind of forced him down there a little bit. Maybe not quite hearing that the door bumper clear call from the AI spotter here tonight as 3 wide continues to start to unfold. You got the 63 Dave Holmberg up there against that outside wall. Looks like he's waiting for a little bit of a opening to make some moves as the 99 of Anderson in that middle lane getting a huge run. The 29's going to bail out of it though and try to steal away a couple of those positions. Meanwhile, that 88 continuing to push the 99. Looks like 29 of Phil Ellis will jump on down to the bottom to try to no, he tries to jump down in front of some people. Meanwhile, the 69 of Ian Davis making some moves out here. Meanwhile, the 42 of Kevin Winker says, I'm going to do it all on my own. A solo man up there against the outside wall.
He may. Hey, you know what just hit me? Dave Holmberg. I got a nickname for him. He sounds like a weatherman. Like he's America's weatherman or America's newsman. He sounds just like that's a newsman name. Dave Holmberg with sports.
We're going to go to the chopper cam, and Dave Holmberg joining us at the chopper
Exactly.
on
You see?
I-35.
Let's go back to let's see what we're doing for weather today. Dave, Dave Holmberger's in the weather center.
How's that weekend weather looking there, man?
Looking great, guys. Here we're at Talladega having some fun.
As we
Oh,
look at all the chaos unfolding right in front of the Stubbs car and Mr. Timothy Stubblefield. Having a pretty good view of all the goings on as it goes 3 wide once again up at the front. Then you can see everybody kind of being jostled around by all that air movement that's been going on.
He can see, but he cannot hear. Jessica Stubblefield saying Tim's having technical issues with audio. He cannot hear anything on his PC, so
that's not fun.
that's hard to do.
It is because you don't have, you
Can't hear
know,
the
the
yellow.
car isn't vibrating. You go off of here. You're hearing what you're hearing about. That's how you drive these things. So that's going to be very difficult for him to do.
That
Continues.
That it is, as the 51 of Chris Klein leading that far outside lane, being pushed by the 42 of Kevin Winker. 3 wide action as they come back down across the line here once again. 3 of Skylar Harrod smack dab in the middle of it as, oh man, it looked like we were going 4 wide there for a split second. Thankfully, they were able to kind of get back out of it here as the 98 of Tate Cawthorn continuing to try to push and help on that far outside lane. 22 Chuck Kiger up behind the 3 as that outside lane gets a huge run of momentum. Some lap traffic going to start getting involved here as well as the 42 tucks down onto that bottom side. Oh, check out their Tate. Oh, goodness.
This was an issue at the last super speedway we went to. The lap traffic tries to stay high, but if traffic's coming from behind 20 miles an hour faster and they're 3 wide, it's a mad scramble for everybody to try to get around.
That it is, and it looks like we kind of saw a little bit of a checkup or something happen there in the midfield because everything's starting to spread out here once again, kind of splitting back up into 2 lanes, and there's even some kind of gaps forming up down there on the bottom side. Up goes the 98 of Tate Cawthorn picking up a run. He did have some help from the 05 of AJ Evangelista to try to pick up speed here once again. 17 Garrett Thompson down on that bottom side, just kind of riding around right behind the 05.
Check out the 69 of Ian Davis, a driver we don't talk about very often here. Up a whole bunch of spots. He started way back in 22nd place, but the driver of the 69 now busting into the top 10 in that WeatherTech. WeatherTech, what does it say on the hood there? Kill tone or something?
It's a comedy thing.
Oh, okay. You better watch his back.
It's basically you've got like 20 seconds to do like a quick little stand-up thing to try to make the panel laugh.
Okay, I got you.
It's kind of fun.
It might be fun.
It's the 51 of Chris Klein continuing to get some help here from the 3 Skylar Harrod up to the far outside lane. Goes that 22 of Chuck Geiger, trying to get that solo run going here. Fortunately, no one's looking to jump on up to that outside to help him out.
Wyndham getting a good push here from the double O. Joe Bennett. Continue to try to pass trucks on the outside here. It's a good momentum.
Well, all the momentum looks like it's from the back of the field to the front. If you look at all the movement, most of these guys up front are running 20 spots up, 10, 15 spots up from where they started. So another interesting Talladega point.
Man, to talk about getting arrow pushed loose there, tucked in behind the 3 is the 22 of Kiger as we take a ride there with him inside the cockpit and the driver cam. You can see how much he's got to work that wheel and how much buffeting the aerodynamics of these brick-like trucks are having to deal with out there.
It is not easy, especially, when you're on these outside lanes and you're trying to find a way around, and the air does so many different things.
Oh, no!
We got a big wreck. 42 in the 51. Caution's out. Oh, man.
Heavy damage for that 51 machine and the 42 of Kevin Winker as well. Let's go ahead and watch what happened here as everything was starting to kind of break down a little bit.
could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. It was a little net code and a little bit of pushing by the 3 to the 51. I don't know what you think, Brown. It's a little net cody.
And that it was a little net Cody. But it, oh man, it's one of those. It's hard to tell because I think they would have made contact. Would the trucks have acted that way? I don't know, but it just looks like the 51 was just kind of moving down, not like slamming the door shut, kind of moving on down, but they end up getting tangled up with the 42 machine, and then it just continues to ride right back up the racetrack. Hard impact there. 51 going for a tumble. 42 getting some pieces of it as well.
51 was just trying to throw some air on him. I don't think he meant to turn across his nose, but yeah, a little tiny bit of net code, and the truck kicked sideways. But I think that might have happened anyway. It's hard to tell, man. That is a really hard judgment call to make there.
It's almost like a magnet, put those two trucks together. I'm not sure. Hey, you know what? It's over now. We were about 12 last one. I think that's what we're going to see here. Every 12 to 20.
It's about how you recover, right?
Yeah, for sure. We got one fast repair.
That it is, oh man, got a couple drivers missing their pit box there by about 3 or 4 spots, and then having to drive back up and reposition because they were right up against the inside pit wall, which makes it a little difficult to change some tires. Easy for the field man, doesn't have to jump over the wall, just kind of do a lean and go, but fortunately iRacing doesn't play like that.
No. That's for sure. I do have one black flag, Dylan Bryant. Looks like Dylan Bryant, I think, got a speeding ticket coming out. No, it was a passing under yellow.
They're going to clear that.
Yeah, they cleared it. Yep.
Man. Where is Dylan right now?
He's come through the pits right now. He's trying to exit the pits.
He's up 9 and 23rd on my screen, but he's really good. I know he started way in the back. I think we've seen him move almost all the way to the front. He must have got involved in a little bit of something there.
Well, so far only one truck not on the lead lap right now, and that's the 24 of Stephen Hines. One lap down. That may change as pit cycle, as everybody comes across the start-finish line.
Guess we're gonna have one more lap of under caution. Looks like.
I'm gonna take a real quick Yahtzee while we're waiting on that.
Let's talk about.
Well, I got something. I got something for you to talk about.
What do you got? What do you have?
How about? Are you a fan of the Lord of the Rings series?
No, never seen it.
No,
I don't know what it is.
Really?
I think there's like a small person involved. And like some magic sorcery, so no, I've never seen it.
Yeah, well,
I'm scared of those things.
Well, I was gonna say the actor that played King Theoden had passed away at the age of 70-something.
Well, that's a shame. But no, I'm not into that genre. It scares me, to be honest with you. I don't need any sorcery or magic. I get a little concerned. But how about this? What about, aren't you having a big trip coming up where you're going to be like in some faraway land?
Well, yes and no. So what Adam's alluding to here is we'll be on vacation. Monday night will be our last race for a couple of weeks, but then we'll be right back to it.
I'm not going on vacation. I'm going to have to stay around here and do the hard work at work. But you're going to be somewhere cool, though.
Yeah. It will be cold.
Cool.
I already looked at the highs for Alaska coming up. It's going to be like 40s, like low 40s.
Are you going to get off the ship and then start like walking around on land and fighting bears and stuff? Or are you going to be
walking around? Yes. Fighting bears, not so much.
You got to be careful.
What are you saying about Lord of the Rings when I got off?
Oh, were you a fan of Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we watched it.
King Theoden passed away.
I don't know who that is. I didn't watch it that many times.
Only one of the best kind of war monologues of all time.
Was he the king that got his mind taken over by the bad guy for a while?
Yeah,
Something like that.
something like that. As the pace car comes down and out of the way, it's going to be the 3 Skylar Harrod and the 99 of America's Drivers starting up here up at the front. As here we go. Green flag racing once again. The 88 of Nick Tucker. Ooh, man, got that kind of torque kick out to the outside, leaving Albert alone for a few seconds there, but now getting right back up to that bumper as the field continues to stagger around side by side up into turns 1 and 2, the high side with 4 trucks trying to make a mad dash here. 98 to Tate Cawthorn jumping up into some of that action on top of it all. And how about this, after going a lap down, that 23 of the Mac Daddy Mark Collins making a big push here as, oh, we got some big shuffling and bustling as people try to scatter around.
Checking up right there.
And it looked like some people wanted to go high, some people wanted to go low, and oh no, contact between the 88, wrecking down low, wrecking up high. Oh, we got a 2-for-1 special here at the yard sale.
Where's the caution?
It's not out just yet. Still green flag. It's down on the apron. There's the caution.
Okay. Wow. That was confusing.
Man,
Racing.
you ain't kidding. As we had kind of 2 wrecks in one going on at the same time here. 88 of Nick Tucker kind of involved in the first one here. And oh man, I think just a little out of line with the 98 and couldn't see exactly what happened there to get them all slipping in sideways. Let's go ahead and see. Just a tiny little corner tap in the middle of the corner to send the 88 and the 98 down low. And then while all that is going on, those drivers doing a great job actually trying to get it all saved up and kind of back together. The 55 of Tom Barish getting collected up with the 29 machine. Oh man, I don't know if he saw what was happening and wanted to jump up high or what happened to that 55, but he just shot straight up the track right with a 29 to his outside, spinning him, and then it was just all out chaos after that. 69 getting involved. I should say both 69s getting all kind of beat up.
There's 2. Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Well, on my view, it looked like Collins in the 23 came down, hit Tucker in the 88, doored him. And then that caused all the stuff behind him with Cawthorn and then everybody else checking up behind. I mean, if you want to look at it again, Brown,
Yeah.
I don't know.
We can look at it. We can look at it again.
Yeah, just watch the 23 as he's coming. He's like diving, almost like a dive bomb into the corner, or coming out of 4.
All right.
I don't know what
I
caused that.
don't know what he did. I think there was some romance going on there, but maybe it was one of those weird iRacing things where because they made contact, the 88 and the 23 kind of got magnetized together there, which pulled the 88 up and out of the direct line of fire with the 98, which then caused the 88 to try to get back down low, and that's where some contact happened with the quarter panel.
Several meatball flags out there. Tom Barish, James Lee, Philip Ellis, and Garrett Thompson. They're going to have to come down and get some mandatory damage repaired. Meanwhile, some routine pit stops look like they're going on right here under the caution.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fuel only at this point.
Not quite to the halfway point, probably about 7 laps away from that.
So in addition to being the king of Rohan on Lord of the Rings, Bernard Hill also played The captain of the Titanic in the movie Titanic.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
I knew I
He went
recognized
down
him.
with the ship on that one. I don't know if
He might have known too much.
with much acclaim. You know.
Adam, you can maybe fuel a little bit of this. I think he just knew too much.
Well, he knew the thing was set up. It was a setup. They either had bombs on board, or there was some kind of submarine ready, just waiting to.
But there was
Smash
ice
him.
out there. There was ice
Well,
out
no, there really wasn't, because there was just some rich people on board that didn't want to go along with the Federal Reserve, and so the Rockefellers and those sorts of people knocked them off and knocked the whole boat off. You can follow that up with your own reading. And it wasn't the Titanic; it was the Olympic. It was changed for vis-a-vis reasons. So, go ahead and delve into that for some light Sunday night reading if anybody's interested in real history.
You got to do a podcast about one of these days.
Well, plenty of people have. Everything they tell you in school wasn't always the truth. Remember when they told you the Pilgrims and the Indians, man, they got along. They
They
sat there
loved
and
each
had
other.
turkey dinner and made
No,
they
drank-
corn. No, that did not happen. That whole thing's a lie. Okay, so just like that, they lie to us. So you have to get around the lies and figure it out for yourself.
Beyond the apex out there pulling for the 24 machine of Stephen Douglas Hines. Texas
Yeah.
man. Thank you for being here beyond the apex.
Yeah, thank you.
A cool name for like a Beyond the Apex. I don't know if you guys do race commentary or.
Yeah, apex the corner.
That's a really
Apex,
that's a really
Apex.
cool name. That's a very
Yeah.
catchy name.
I mean, we came up with a real catchy one too. AAA.
AAA. Well, yeah, that was real creative.
Actually, it's not bad. It's a play on names.
And it puts you near the top in alphabetical order stuff. I guess.
Yes.
Your
Remember when
alphabet-
we used to have the yellow pages and there was always AA this, AAA that?
triple- Quadruple A exterminators.
Yes. They had to get a higher spot than the AA exterminators.
And then you had A1 transmission repair right next to it.
A1 is a big one too, or was. These kids today, they don't even understand the trials and tribulations of the
What's
phone
the
book.
yellow page? What's the yellow pages
Yeah.
used to speak of?
Yeah, it was a real thing where people would change their name
Yeah,
of their business to be in front of somebody else.
sure.
I still get one every year.
Do y'all still have them up there? Nice.
I usually use it as a fire starter. I'll pull a couple pages out and crumble them up and stick them under
Oh.
some kindling.
Well, you'd be surprised at how often it's like, oh man, I forgot. I know where this guy lives, but I forgot to ask him for his phone number, and we were gonna meet up for some firewood or something. And then so you look in the phone book and
Man,
Like in the residential pages?
yeah.
the
Oh,
white pages. Man, that's an old school trick. You're an old soul there, Brown.
And remember with the blue edge?
Yeah, what the
Or-
blue was isn't that like
Government.
government stuff? Yes. Oh man, good memories. Not
And-
really, but
As the pace car comes on down onto pit lane, it means it's time here once again to send it on around to some green flag racing as the field puts the pedal to the metal. Here we go once again, side by side. Green flag racing as they race down and across the line. 22 of Chuck Kiger giving a big push to that 99 of Albert Anderson. 26 of Dylan Ritchie looking for some help. Looks like he will get a little bit of it there from the 7 of the Tristan Cotton. Meanwhile, down low. Looks like the 63 Dave Holmberg not happy with what he sees. He's dropping way back to the tail end of this thing. Just going to allow things to play on out as the side-by-side action continues to play out. The 3 is Skylar Harrod jumping up to that middle lane. 15 of Vince Short sticking up here on that middle outside lane. Looks like we got a kind of low runner or a lone wolf runner up there before tucking back down. That's that 8 of Dylan Bryant. Meanwhile, the 26 getting a huge run with the 7, jumping on down to the bottom lane. So it's now going to be the 3's truck's turn to try to guide that middle lane on around.
Jessica says up there around Lebanon they have the bonding companies. You know, you bail bonds.
Yeah.
Well, they have 2 A's at the start, like
Right.
about time bond.
Yes.
Around
That comes-
the clock bonding. Yeah.
With 2 A's, it comes from
Yeah,
that
you
period of time with the phone book. Because you were ahead of the next one. If you were looking for a bondsman back in the day,
Yeah.
most people would just look, you know, Johnson, Nave and R. They'd stick their hand on it, and the first thing they see. If anybody gets that, please let me know. Well, I know you did.
I get it.
But then that's how they would do it. So it's interesting piece of history. I don't know if anybody knows or cares anymore.
No.
But I do. I think it's fun to talk about stuff. Maybe if we learn a little bit about history, we won't repeat it. You know, let's try not doing that. Some of the bad things.
I'm seeing a lot of good organization on that low line. As soon as I say that, the outside line starts pushing hard on each other and looks like they're making a good run.
Everybody's clean up front. I see it. There's not too much squirming around, except when you get into those corners. It's touchy there because of all that airflow. It's hard to keep them straight in the corners, even as good as these guys are.
As you can tell, that it's definitely time for some green flag racing with the setup there for the 42 of Kevin Winker as he's tucked in behind that 8 of Dylan Bryant. Continuing to have a good little run here.
Our buddy Paul out there says Chico's bail bonds. Somebody in one of these leagues had a Chico's bail bonds paint scheme.
Yes.
Yeah, and I can't remember who it was.
I don't either, but I remember that. And
I remember
that
how
was-
that was.
Man. 22 of Chuck Kiger kind of getting sucked up into that sucker hole, and we got ourselves some 3 wide, almost some 4 wide action going on here. Oh, hold it, 22. Ooh, man,
Almost
bouncing
net
around.
code. 22 and the 7 bounced off of each other. That was net code, but it didn't result in a wreck.
Hmm.
You can hear
Lucky.
Albert Anderson, driver of that Folgers truck, on the radio saying, "Chuck, don't kill us."
Don't kill us. That's always a good plan.
7, a lot of side-to-side action there. Oh, watch. Come on, Trister, hold that sucker steady.
Man, he's getting some weird arrow pull from that 3 of
is.
Skylar Herod that just keeps trying to drag him up the racetrack as they continue to put laps here. It's, oh man, the 22, whether the hole was there or not, shoves it down right in front of the 1 of DW, who's got no other choice but to bail out and go down onto the apron.
That's the perfect spot for that too. That apron is just enough space right there on that part of the track. You got lucky.
I heard Derek telling him on the radio, "Nope,
No,
there was no room there."
Wasn't clear. Luckily, it didn't cause too much damage. And Derek will be fine. You get back in the draft. Is he in the draft? I don't know. I'm hoping he is.
It looks like he was able to hang on to the tail end of the draft there, so not game over for that one machine just yet, and that is what we call a Jimmy clear.
Yeah.
That's the 23 of the Mac Daddy. Mark Collins guiding the way on the bottom side. Up on the middle lane, you got the 3 of Skylar Herod, and then up to the far outside lane will be the 51 of Chris Klein, trying to pull the 42 of Kevin Winker around as they continue to battle 3 wide up here up at the front.
I love that paint scheme, Jessica, on the 00 Texaco Joe Bennett there. Let's see who runs that. Old Davey ran that a little while. Was it Davey Alice?
Oh, no!
Speaking of,
Oh, saved it.
night.
Oh,
And
they're still
Collins.
trying to. Oh man.
I can't.
Now 23 just getting loose down there on the apron, and there is the yellow.
Him and Mark Collins got into it there, and Mark came back up the track, and he was trying so hard to hang on to it.
Broadcaster curse.
Yeah.
With the 00 Joe. Of course, we didn't mention it. It wasn't our idea.
And it was Plus EV Racing that mentioned,
Yeah, not just.
not Jessica. I'm sorry about that.
Yep, it's just one of those. The two trucks in front of Double O Joe kind of jumping on down to the bottom, and Double O eyes fixed straight ahead. We've all done it, just getting target fixated there. Trickles down the racetrack. Unfortunately, the 23, Mark Collins, was there. Man, I thought they had this thing saved. Even jumping up onto the racetrack, you got the Double O Joe there doing a great job, and then just that apron wreaked havoc for the 23. Man, there wasn't much more he could have done. He couldn't even hit the brake if he wanted to, because if he hit the brake, he would have just shot straight up the racetrack.
Yeah, when you hit the brake like that, you might as well lock the steering wheel straight, and because that's what's going to happen. You're going to go straight up the track. So
Yeah. There's a little thing called physics. I don't know if y'all have heard of that. Yeah.
I have.
It's called science. Fauci invented science. That guy with a mask.
I
He
heard he
invented
is
science. Well, yeah, he invented it. He is it. So he would have known exactly what was happening there and probably prevented it because he's such a genius.
Yeah.
But other than that, us humans, that's a hard thing to prevent, and that's just going to happen when you get pushed down onto the apron.
Was the highest paid government official there was.
For decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, delve into that guy's career, see what else he did. Go back into the 80s, see what that clown did. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask you, Turner, here, is everybody jumping on down into pit lane here once again to top up on fuel? Still going to need at least one more pit stop here to make it towards the end. So people just making sure they're topped up for a good long run, hopefully coming on up. But I was going to ask you, Mr. Turner, to tell everybody at home, since you know so much about physics, what the rotational momentum force of velocity is on these trucks.
Well, it's a 3.1, Brown. I don't know if everybody knows that. What are you talking about? I don't know this. I am not the science. I just made it all up, okay?
Did you actually make up the 3.1?
Yeah, I did. I just made that up, too.
Because the actual...
go with it, then I thought...
You forgot the rest of pi.
Because the actual answer is 3.5.
Okay, so my guesstimation was good enough, so I should have just stayed with it. Dang it. I knew I was like Fauci.
Are you going to graduate from killing beagles to killing millions of people like he did, or?
Well, he did that twice. Much claim with the AIDS virus. He's very good and astute at the death chamber of life. He knows what to do with that. But yeah, no, I don't want to kill beagles. I like beagles. They got big floppy ears and they're just so cute.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, why would I kill a beagle? Only an inhumane piece of human garbage would kill a beagle like that guy.
You want to really trigger me? Start talking about doing stuff to dogs.
Yeah, I don't. You can tell a man by the way they treat their dog. You treat your dogs. You can't be treating animals bad. I don't agree with that either. Now, Bob, every once in a while, he get a little rowdy, so I have to give him like a little tap on the nose. Hey, Bob, don't do that. You're a 200-pound dog, Bob, but you can't do that.
Bob's a sweetie too, man.
He is, for as big as he is, but he knows he's big, so he can bully his way into where he wants to be. And it's not like he wants to hurt anybody; he just wants to be wherever he wants to be. Dogs are like their owners. He's just a big fat dummy. Kind of like his boss. And your little dog is cute too. He's a little stubborn, crazy animal. He gets crazy when he's on the cold beer. He loves that cold beer, doesn't he?
He likes to taste the new beers when they come out.
Does he give you a rating? Is there any rating?
No, he's not on Untapped or anything like that.
It should be.
He doesn't have a smartphone yet. I'm not sure Frenchies possess the dexterity to operate a phone.
Oh, well, they should though. The world would be better if it was probably run by dogs.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, we'd have a lot more fun.
We definitely don't deserve them, that's for sure. Lights are out on the pace car. That's Mustang pace car that's hauling butt around the track.
as we get ready for green flag racing here once again. 42 and the 15 lined up side by side. 51, 8, 99, 00, 31, 3, 48, 6 all make up your current top 10. As we get ready here on the back half of this Super Speedway Series race from the NTRL Racing League here tonight at Talladega. Gets back up and underway.
Wasn't the 8 just about to go a lap down here?
He was, yep.
Now he's up, fighting in the top 5, so he's going to restart outside row number 2 here. Great recovery by Dylan. That Pepsi Lucas Oil machine.
Let me also do a quick saying that this is all satire. It's all a comedy. Anything that I say is a satire comedy. Do your own research. I'm not held responsible for any of the
Comments
things
made by Adam Turner don't represent the views of AAA Broadcasting or its sponsors.
Correct, and you do your own homework. Just don't trust the science.
As the 42 puts the power down, same thing with the 15. 99 pushing the 51, trying to get that bottom line working here. The 42 sees the top side getting a little bit of extra momentum. He's going to tuck up there, but then the bottom side continuing to start to pull its own momentum as the 99 and 51 still working well together. Here comes that 00 Joe giving some extra help on that bottom side as we're even Steven making a breakaway down here on the back straightaway with the 15 pushing the 42, 8 and the 3 all into a nice line up there on that outside lane. You even got that 48 of Henry Wyndham up there trying to give some good shoves. How about that 71 of Connor Leach? Haven't heard his name yet here tonight as he continues to try to claw up this leaderboard. 26, 7, 92 all looking for some open air. 98 of Tate Cawthorn trying to get back up here towards the front. Same thing with the 1 of DW. 63 of Dave Holmberg as they're falling outside of the draft.
Look at these guys locked in. The 99 and the 15 pushing the guys in front of them. Just locked in with those bumpers, doing a great job of pushing. They got to watch those temps, though. That coolant temp and or that water temp, I should say, and the oil temperature will start climbing on you. But look at these guys pushing.
Some guys are better than others at just holding the back end of a truck and just staying right smack dab in the middle of them. And Albert's definitely one of those.
It's
fun to
short,
watch.
no slouch either, man. God almighty, he's been pushing that 42 hard all night.
You definitely are not kidding as the side-by-side battle continues to roll on. So 48's like, oh man, I was looking out to maybe try to make a run, but sees what's going on in front of him and says, I'll tuck back in a line and just try to ride this train here to the very end. Man, it's that 51 in the 99, man. Up until right now, this is the first time that I've actually been able to see that front bumper of the 99. He has been absolutely glued to that 51.
Here we go, the 15, another big push to the back of the 42, and there he goes. He drops down in front of the 51. 51 may have looked, thinking he was going to do a little crossover there, but the 15 was up high.
Wow.
Wiggly Snake.
Just all kinds of fun action everywhere. Graphics guys are having a good night.
Yeah, they are.
Good Nation is having a good night so far. I hate to.
Oh no!
No! Dylan Bryant's
man.
round. Still green.
Everybody saved it by the looks of it as, man, you can just see the scatter shot out behind the 71's back window. Goodness gracious. Talk about one heck of a save.
You see the ice cold look. Connor Leach got ice water in his veins. He was on camera driving when that happened. He just kind of drove around it. Never saw a change in his facial expression. Wasn't panicking on the wheel.
His nose did get a little itchy there for a millisecond.
Yeah.
As it's a 6-car breakaway after that. Kevin Winker, Chris Klein, Albert Anderson, Vince Short, Henry Wyndham, and Connor Leach all together. Meanwhile, the 8 with the fantastic save there gets tag teamed up with the 92 of Stubblefield, 6 of Caleb Sisk, 98 of Tate Cawthorn. and the 16 of Larry Dickerson. Then you got the 13 of the old man Paul Durkee trying to get his teammates all grouped on up with Brandon Coleman, Skylar Herod, the Alan Grote up there as well as they try to climb back on up and make a big pack and chase these leaders on down.
Well, that was Skylar Herod and the 3 and the number 8 got together. They both managed to come out of it, but I'm going to go ahead and call a little bit of net code on that as well. Just from the angle that I was watching, it looked like net code. So we tend to run into net code with the trucks here.
Ooh, Benjamin McKinnon going for a little bit of a off-field excursion here before coming back up out of the grass as the top 6 breaking out to about a 2.5-second lead right now and holding strong, if anything climbing just a little bit as the 6 machine just trying to get some order going on here in one of these chase packs.
Chase packs trying to form up and stick together and try to make some tracks here. As long as they've got each other, they can stay on the lead lap here. Wait for that next caution to come out, but quickly losing room for that to occur. It's a 75 lap race and we're on lap 46, about to start 47.
We're going to need, I think, one more pit stop. Is just my opinion for fuel.
That indeed we will, as the chase packs finally starting to build up a little bit of that momentum. A huge push here from the 98 of Cawthorn up to that 6 machine, starting to really eat away at that lead time that the 6-car breakaway pack had for the time being. We see this in cycling where people will try to bridge and jump up and try to get everybody all grouped back up together, and that is exactly what we're going to see happen here. Is here comes that chase pack coming up with a big head of steam. Will the 6 go up to the outside, or is he going to check up? He's going up high with that momentum run.
And watch the Barber Company 92 Chevrolet of Tim Stubblefield. He was a lap down also. Now he's up into the top 10. Yahtzee.
And he's riding this gigantic wave of movement up towards the front here as he continues to help out on that middle lane. Up to the high side goes a couple of drivers here. 71 of Connor Leach still staying there kind of right in the middle, but to his outside you got the 19 of Brandon Coleman. 00 Joe Bennett down to the bottom side. Oh goodness. 13 Paul Durkee in the Cubs machine trying to find his way up to the front.
Cubs. Oh Lord.
Or at least that's what it looked like. It's probably not the Cubs.
Oh
no! Oh man, the 6 machine just, oh no. 26 going around, 63 going around, oh, 8 going up to the wall with the 3. Oh my goodness. 6 machine needs to be checked for a concussion after that one. Goodness gracious. Looked like I don't know what happened there. Maybe a bump or something to that back bumper. Go ahead and jump up to our chopper camera. As the 98 just all over that back bumper. They did a fantastic job to get back up to this main group. And then, oh man, just not quite straight into, straight into that back bumper. Just a little bit of an awkward angle there to that back corner panel. Which started the 6 going around, and it just snapped back up on him.
And Caleb involved in another one and saved it again. He saved it. I mean, he got damaged, but wow, that was good driving. He got tapped by the 98. Man, some good ones today. All right, we pit right now, Brown. That'll put them about 25 laps to go. You think they're good?
And it's the 63 of the Weatherman. Oh, hard into the outside wall, and engine get cooked on that one.
All right, so everybody's gonna pit here. We'll have 25 laps. Are we gonna need another pit stop?
It's gonna be close, man. It's one of those. If you end up leading one of these lines for an extended period of time, you may not make it.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, you're going to be in the gas a whole bunch, and the guys that are riding behind you running half to 3/4 throttle, trying to stay, just within reach of your bumper there. Jessica Stubblefield says all these black and red paints, which we have a bunch of them. It's sometimes hard to see who is who on the race broadcast.
Well,
very popular color combination.
Well, we do like to note that, the color green is in fact cursed, and you will never win a race if you have a green race truck. So sorry, DW.
Bobby Labonte. I mean, the guy was a champion running the Interstate Batteries car. So was Kyle Busch, by the way.
Yeah. So field meanders back out of the pits and on to the racetrack. We're going to take a quick step aside here for some big thank yous from our fantastic sponsors. And when we come back, we'll have green flag racing for about the next 23 laps left to go. And that's not including if we get some bonus time. So definitely stay on tune while we step aside. And welcome back as we get everybody all lined up side by side here once again. 22, Chuck Kiger going to lead this thing off with the 51 of Chris Klein to his outside. 15 of Vince Short, 99 of Albert Anderson, 98, 92, 8, the 114 of D. Allen Grote, and the 48 of Henry Wyndham will round out your field's top 10 for this restart as the pace car comes off down and into a pit lane as we got 24 laps left once they come across that line with their engines all a-screaming.
Gunk Works with a couple of trucks up there looking for a good finish here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
As here we go into that Geico restart zone. One of those trucks, the D. Allen Grote machine, looking to kind of break his curse that he's been having here the last couple of weeks of getting some good finishes, up in a good spot right now, been able to avoid all the carnage thus far as the 22 machine, man, out like a cannon out there. The 15 trying his best to catch on up and now jumping up to that outside lane to tag team up with the 51 as he gives a big shove to that 15 and a big run of momentum up there on that high side. 99 of America's driver making it 3 wide up there.
Great push and a lot of aggression right here late in the race here.
Just couldn't push them all the way right there in the corner. We'll see what happens on the front stretch here with the top line.
Oh, man, little bit of a squeeze play going on there. I think it was one of those where the 15 didn't want to leave the 51 behind. He was waiting for a hole big enough because the 15 was definitely clear enough, but the 51 just wasn't. Now he is, as they do, in fact, both drivers move on down to that bottom side. One of DW trying to pick up a run here in the middle, trying to maybe make a little use of some turbo tunnel action here with the 99 of Anderson up to that far outside lane, getting some big help from his buddy there in the 8 of Dylan Bryant, 42 of Kevin Winker up there on top of it all. And then you got the fake 16 of Larry Dickerson lined on up.
A track this wide, you can run that turbo tunnel and use side draft off of both lines, and it works until it doesn't anymore, and you run out of room.
In this case, looks like that high side just kind of lost that momentous run that they had as the middle lane starts to continue to crawl back up to where the front of the line is. 48 of Wyndham giving a big push here to that one of DW through the corners here, trying to get everybody all back lined up even Steven. Meanwhile, the 8 in the 99 looking for a hole to possibly jump on down to that bottom as we can continue to fight side by side. 42, Kevin Winker found his way all the way to the bottom line, but lost quite a few positions there while doing it.
Jennifer Ray saying, come on, Stubbs. Up there still in the top 10, running that low line. He's got a bunch of trucks in front of him, and they're keeping the momentum up here.
Ooh, it looks like we're on 35 South, right at the split in Denton. Pick a lane, guys. You're going to Fort Worth, you head to Dallas.
Which way are you going? I mean,
Where are you going, boys?
go 6 lanes across and cut a bunch of people off, or
Yeah.
when that start to happen.
That's how you do it. That's the professional way.
Derek Welch, who was involved in a wreck earlier, now he's got his nose out front, but look at that outside line. They're getting a ton of momentum here on the back stretch.
Yeah, getting it together. Looks like Albert's dipping down. Wow.
Oh, and he's going all the way to the bottom.
Golly. Move right across. You could have fit a piece of paper between him and Derek, and he just kept on turning left. Mercy. That was a good one.
Good driving.
You can see all the weebling and the wobbling here as we take a ride with the 3 of Skylar Herod, stuck right in the middle of all this action behind that 14 of Mr. Grote as everything continues to, ooh, a little bit of a checkup there in that middle lane. Oh, and some contact as another truck shoots his way on down to the bottom.
Yeah, that's our buddy Vince Short in that thin blue line machine. And here we go. Truck's looking to his outside now. He's got a little gap between him and the guy behind him there, the 51, the Beaver Toyota. There we go. Anderson dropping back down to the inside lane. Here's that lazy Susan that you talk about a lot, Alan, where guys are just rotating to the outside and then dropping down in front of that low line. We're going to continue to see that all the way until the end of this race, I believe.
And I think you're right, as the 8 getting a big shove on that outside lane. Meanwhile, the bottom 2 lanes are just kind of conservative with themselves of doing that kind of lazy Susan merry-go-round action that we like to see here at these plate tracks. But I'll tell you what, right now, the driver that I'm most pleased with what's going on, that's the 51 of Chris Klein. He's not really pushing his way up to the front right now, which means he is saving fuel, just kind of riding around, just making sure that he can make it to the end here.
He's lying in wait, and he's keeping
Oh,
himself in the
man.
gate path.
Oh, some net code and a little contact there between the 1 and the 99 as we are 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 all the way through the first 5 or 6 rows here at Talladega.
And was that Derek Welch on the radio? We just heard.
I couldn't hear what what he said.
Sound like
I just
he was
heard
in
screaming.
distress. Yeah.
It sounded like
Definitely
a
in distress.
yeah, it sounded like a movie, you know, or The Shining or something.
Did he do one of those Wilhelm screams?
I mean, it sounds like his voice cracked and everything. I'm not sure. He sounded panicked. Chuck Kiser down the track on the 8.
He's getting out of it. I wonder if he's running hot or something.
That's a possibility. Or he just doesn't like what he's seeing as both the 48 and the 1 find a hold. That leaves a big hole for the 8 as he jumps on down to the middle.
He's stuck in the sucker hole there. Let's see if Mac can help him.
I was going to say that was a interesting move there from Bryant. I know eventually that middle lane will build up that momentum once again to get dragged up to the front. Ooh, it's behind him. Some side-by-side action gets a little dicey.
Yeah, they can feel it out there. They're talking about it a little bit. This is electric right now. This is a really good run we've seen. Probably last, 15 laps or so. Really good racing.
Well, like you like to say there, Turner, thankfully this isn't electric as these trucks running on that fake Shell gasoline as they continue to run around here and pick up that almighty track position here at Talladega. As 71 making contact as we went 4 wide there for a split second with 1 up against the outside wall.
He was dodging the 88 truck there and was able to hold on to it. Mr. Ice watered his veins there. Connor Leach in the 71. Awesome Canadian paint job. Able to dodge calamity there.
I wonder if he has enough liters of fuel for the rest of this race.
I don't know, eh? You gotta do a calculation. He's hungry. He wants to win here at Talladega as well.
Yeah. Just impressive right now. They're getting it together. The weatherman, Holmberg, sits on down. If you never heard the song "The Weatherman" by Hank Williams Jr., that's a great one. Here comes some pit stops. The 8 and the 80 and the 99.
Yeah, I guess maybe reading the room is the 88 spins it down on pit road. Oh, it's tough to get this thing slowed down in time. You can always throw too little brake in it or too much brake in it, and that's what happens. 24 Stephen Hines down and in, the 8 machine down and in. 16 in the 99 with the 42 all hitting their pit boxes. So it looks like maybe these drivers are like half a lap or something short.
Riker's saying he's coming down. He's pitting as well. So far, only 2 drivers disconnected tonight. James Lee in the 54 and 00 Joe Bennett in the Texaco 00 machine. Both, heading to next week. We've seen enough at Talladega.
As the 14 tucks in the line here with the 71 of Connor Leach and the 3 of Skylar Herod. Got 3 teammates all lined up here together with the 23 of Mark Collins. It looked like he was trying to maybe make something happen up there on that outside lane. He's going to thankfully be left a hole there by that 1 of DW as we got 14 laps left to go. Everybody in fuel saving mode here as they make their way down the backstretch.
Single filed out a little bit. I guess that means pit stops.
Either pit stops or people realize that they're going to have to save a little bit extra here as the 88 going that lap down here stays up high and out of the way. How about that 17? Garrett Thompson right now up 17 spots up into the 16th position, just riding around trying to get a good finishing position here as he's tucked in behind that 05 of AJ Evangelista.
Skylar Herod continuing to lead for the time being And that Skunk Works racing machine got a teammate right up there with him. Yeah, on the road, I'm sure they're planning a stop here soon.
Was it Skunk Works? He says Skunk Works / Beer Money. Is he a member of both teams?
That probably depends on what night he's racing.
Well, right behind him, the Beer Money machine, Connor Leach. It's right there.
Jessica Stubblefield saying, I feel another big one coming soon. So dicey out there right now. I think these pit stops, that was before the pit stops started, by the way. So now I think it'll kind of thin out just a little bit, maybe. Have a couple of different packs that are running. You got to be careful of the blending on and off the track.
I think with 5 laps to go, they're going to bunch back up, and you probably will see one more pretty good one.
It's definitely a possibility here as we're going to be making our way in and around turns 3 and 4 back down across the line, which means 11 laps left to go here, sprinting towards this race's finish. You got the 99 and the 42 with the fake 16 of Dickerson and the 8 of Dylan Bryant all tag teaming on up about 30 seconds back. They're hoping for a caution here so they can get back up into this thing. If anything, they're hoping for a caution because now that they've hit their boxes and are supposedly good on fuel, that they'd get some good starting positions. Here's the 22 of Chuck Kiger going a lap down as the field tries to sneak around him here. It's like the 24 Stephen Hines going up to the outside wall to avoid some of the contact. Oh, man.
A little bit lighter traffic, too, here. 31 Scott Milner kind of not happy there. I think he thought he got crowded.
Ooh, from Kiger, is that what he was thinking?
I think so. I can roll it. I think that's what happened there.
Yeah, I think so.
Fussing about
It worked out, no fisticuffs.
No. As the action continues to roll on. Ooh, man, hard outside wall contact back there, kind of towards the tail end of the field up there.
These guys can close it up. This chase pack can catch the leaders here. They're only a few tenths behind. And then I think once you have a couple to go, we're going to see 3 and 4 wide again.
Oh, definitely.
They gotta close it up though, so they can get some speed up, get some momentum up.
It's definitely a tough task indeed, as you can see the 7 machine of Tristan Cotton trying to figure out where to go. He's got some people maybe trying to make some moves up there on that far outside lane. 3 trucks just not quite all grouped up together here. Not going anywhere fast, that's for certain. While the 3 of Skylar Harry continuing to guide the way here with the 71 and the 14 all in tow, all in a line.
Yahtzee.
Skylar Harrod's Air Force crew chief. I don't know if he works fighters or what platform he works, but I know plenty of fighter crew chiefs that they can't hear a thing. Let's just be honest. They can't hear anything. Those are the guys that anytime you tell something,
Huh?
what?
Who?
I mean, that's the guys that work bombers. We have a similar issue, but
Oh yeah.
the fighter guys really can't hear.
I love the YouTube channel, The Fat Electrician. He's kind of like a military historian kind of guy,
Oh, okay.
but very, very, very entertaining. And he was talking about one of the planes that they had that they wanted. The military wanted to make a supersonic propeller aircraft. And here we go, green flag pit stops happening up here at the front as the 3, the 71, and a whole bunch of others diving on down into pit lane. Whew, slipping and sliding goes the 71 in there, coming in pretty hot.
Skunk Works all pit together there. We knew they would. Only with 6 to go. Not everybody good on gas here.
As the 12 Benjamin McKinnon gonna be leading the charge here with the 23 of Mark Collins and the 98 of Tate Cawthorn up here, up at the very front. Everyone's still trying to find their way as the tower operator starting to lean in on our keyword of strategery.
Love that. That's exactly right. More takers.
And 98 coming on down. Looks like the 26 of Richie, 05 AJ Evangelista, 7 of Tristan Cotton, 17, 78, and the 29. All finding their way to their pit boxes. That means there's 4 trucks left that are at least on this lead lap, but there's even more because of some lap traffic here, as the 23, 13, 19, and the 12 all working together here with about 6 laps left to go. Ooh, man, that's going to be a little difficult for these drivers. We're considering how many people we see diving on down into pit lane. I don't think these guys have enough fuel. I think maybe what they're going to try to do is stay out and just wait for a caution.
They're hoping that's what happens here. They're hoping for a caution to happen so they can go out there and just shut their truck off under caution and dump the clutch, you know.
We call that rolling the dice in Waco on a Saturday night.
Deanna Grote, black flag entering.
Ouch.
Oh, man.
Entering or exiting? Looks like entering, yeah. As the 23, your lone truck to stay out there, that's on this lead lap. He does have some lap traffic trying to help him on out here, because that's what you need in a draft type race. The problem is 22 Kiger wants nothing of it. 24 Machine's going to come up behind and maybe try to help out the 23. 63 of Holmberg up there as well.
You hit the wall coming out of the pits.
Oh, big wreck. Oh, my goodness. 48 of Wyndham. I don't know, but there's a yellow flag. 23 of Mark Collins getting saved up there at the front from running out of fuel, but he's entered pit lane. Just, oh no. This is going to cause absolute mayhem. As the 48 and the 51 were all tag teaming up together. Let's see what happens here. Oh, no. Looks like the Dollar General machine getting a little loosey-goosey down on the apron, exiting pit lane. Benjamin McKinnon, spins and comes up the racetrack right in front of the 51 and the 48 who are coming full speed. Oh, my goodness.
That's not one we see all the time here at Talladega. What in the world?
Paul Durkee with a black flag. I don't know what happened with Paul there.
I think that's just
Come
a
back to
pass
pit.
and under caution type of thing, maybe.
That's
Brown, what
track.
what would have caused all that there? Too much power with old tires?
I think he was putting a little too much power down. So the apron here at Talladega is a little funky, right? Like the yellow line isn't where the seam is between the track and where like the banking starts to change. And yeah, I don't see anything that happened there with the 13 of Durkee. But so that yellow line isn't where the seam is. So when you're coming out of the pits, you really need to make sure that you stay low so that way the ground is kind of nice and level and pick up the speed before you start to get to the corners. Otherwise, what you see is what you get there. And the truck wants to end up going around because these trucks do not like the power being put down while you're trying to get up to speed and there's a little bit of banking there.
And you're right, Brown, when you're coming around out of the pit lane, that little banking change starts before you touch the yellow. So, I mean, staying to the left is the best thing you can do there because it is so easy just to get those right side tires hooked on that banking and it'll just try to rip you up the track. You gotta stay below it.
Well, this one, we've seen a lot of craziness, to be honest with you, for a Talladega race.
I
Then
think
was pretty standard here until this last little bit of, strategery, like they're saying out there. That's how Bruce is.
Trying to figure out how many green-white checkers we're actually going to use here.
Chuck Kiger sounds like he's in the space shuttle right now
It's
when
a
he's talking on the
hurricane.
when he's talking on the radio. Oh man.
And all of this is going to lead on up to a green-white checker finish, and we're going to start eating into our official green-white checker finishes here for some bonus time. This will be attempt number 1 out of the available 3.
Yeah, we got what, 3 official green
Yes.
white checkers that we can use after this one?
No, this is going to go into...
Was this gonna eat into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hopefully we'll have a finish like they did on the actual NASCAR race at Kansas. It was looked like by about 2 or 3 inches was the winner in that race. So maybe we'll see something exciting like that here.
And
HWG out there in YouTube saying, "Well, there goes my race." Is HWG? Is that Henry Wyndham?
that would be my guess.
I think it is.
No, it's hard
And
to tell.
Jessica Stubblefield says he hit him the way those cicadas are hitting me out here. She's outside.
It's the cicada rapture is what's happening in certain parts of the country.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I know it's a biblical thing when those locusts
The
are
double-
unleashed.
The double brooding
Yeah,
of
I hope
the
it-
cicadas this year. It happens every 70-something years.
I don't know, but I hope it's not end times because you know the locusts can do a lot of damage.
Right.
Locusts and cicadas are not the same thing.
I call them the same. They sound
Wow.
the same. They're just come on. I'm trying to stir up controversy.
I know.
My bad.
I know English will know what I'm talking about, though. When, right around this time of year, you get those moths that are the size of freaking birds, and you hit one of those on your windshield, and you can't see for the next...
And then
However
when they
long.
get in your bug zapper and they sit there and just go for
They
10 minutes and then
Burn for a
smoke-
week.
The smoke smells terrible. Yeah.
Brown, they smear all over your windshield when you hit the windshield wipers.
Yep.
With the, oh, it's
That's
yeah.
awful.
Dust that comes off their wings.
Well, the love bugs around here too. I don't know if y'all have
yeah.
love bugs. Oh my
Yeah.
god, love bug season's a real treat.
Fun on a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, don't open your mouth if you have an open face helmet. I've done stuff like that back in my youth. I quit riding motorcycles after I almost died down here in Houston. You know, everybody's trying to kill me down there, especially on the motorcycle. Dangerous.
We get all lined up with the 42 and the 71 side by side. Pace car is going to be peeling off here. Just a reminder on the rules. We're going to go back to the green flag, and they're going to get the power on down to it. And as long as the leader crosses that start-finish line, we're going to be racing this one all the way to the very end. But if they don't make it to the start-finish line once again, we'll get everything re-racked and re-stacked. But that means it's time to buckle up, strap on those drinking helmets, and throw inhibition out the window. Green white checker racing here to close it out at Talladega. Side by side, they put the hammer down. The 99 was ready to go all over that back bumper of the 42. Meanwhile, the 71 up on the outside lane, picking up a big head of steam with some help from the 3 and the 8 and the rest of that outside lane. 69 Larry Dickerson, the fake 16, trying to help on out on that bottom side as much as he can. You also got the 10 of Brandon Coleman, the 19 of Brandon Coleman, trying to do a little bit of push and help down there as well as the field stays side by side, even Steven, anybody's race as we head on down into turns 3 and 4. Not breaking out to 3 wide just yet as the momentum still just building and building as the 71 leans down on the 42, trying to pick up some of that side draft. Down into the tri-oval they go. Here comes a big run from the outside lane as the 71 continues to try to pick up some side draft on the bottom side.
They will take the white flag here as they come on around. A lot of guys piling up on that outside line, but they don't have the momentum that they once did.
42 jumps up in front of the 71, seeing that middle lane pick up a whole bunch of that momentum. 99 of Albert Anderson trying to find a hole, find a way, find some speed down this back straightaway to even things on up with that 42, getting a big help here from the 69 as they send it on down from the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. The 26 of Dylan Ritchie. Oh, big wreck. Albert Anderson flying up to the moon. The rest of the field continuing to wreck right behind the leaders as the 16 of Larry Dickerson making a mad dash down into the tri-oval. He's got the 19 of Coleman looking up high, looking down low. Contact made as the 19 comes back down across the track. Contact there as the 19 slides across the line, picking up your race win. 71 of Connor Leach and the 05 of AJ Evangelista will pick up your podium.
God, what happened?
I'm trying to take
42.
all that in.
The 42 was leading, and my goodness,
What?
Jessica says it never freaking fails here.
Yeah, Talladega is crazy. Wow.
Well, unofficially here, Brown, we've got Brandon Coleman with the win. Connor Leach with second, AJ Evangelista third. We'll see how it shakes out.
Sideways for the
Please.
win, too. Look, I'll tell you what. Larry Dickerson kind of caused his own issue there. He was trying to block, and he lost control.
As we take a replay of all the crazy action that happened here, you can see the slide up there from the 42 up in front of the 71. Who I don't know how he made it out of this one. As we pause it there for a second so I can change my camera up to the chopper camera and watch all this crazy action. You can see the 69 pushing the 99 as hard as he can into turns 3 and 4. Oh no! The 42 just sliding up the racetrack with the 71 right on his bumper. Gets the 42 all turned, and man, oh man, that's what causes the biggest of the big ones. How the 69 was able to save it and continue to drive out of that, I don't know, but you can see here we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 wide as everyone piles on in. 99 of Anderson upside down and just hanging on for the ride of his life up on the roof, continuing to wreck behind him. 05, 8, and the 3 getting all tangled on up. 19 getting a piece of it, 1 getting a piece of it, 31 getting a piece of it. As you can see the line by line drag race coming into the tri-oval, and this is where that extra couple 100 feet make that huge difference here at Talladega. As oh man, and 69 kind of blocking up high, 19 goes up there, oh, and then the 69 moving on up. Looked like the 19 kind of saw that the 69 was going to move back up, ends up getting into the back of him here as the just tries to save it. And then yeah, contact coming back down to cross the line as Coleman slipping and sliding. 05 AJ Evangelista almost actually stole second away from the 71 of Connor Leach.
You're doing like Dickerson and driving in your rear view mirror right there at the
Yeah.
very, very end. That's kind of what's gonna happen.
He's going to have to. I'm sure he regrets some of that. I mean, maybe one block, but he was doing a little too much, and I think he was still a little slippery from what happened before. So, well, he ended up with a 6th place finish, up 21, so still a nice night for Larry. Not the victory that he wanted, though.
Coleman with an epic drift around the track and burnout. I know he's been wanting to do that for a long, long time, and I'm sure it's extra sweet for him.
And how about that 7 of the Tristan Cotton cracking up into that top 5 with the 23 of Mark Collins. So fantastic job done there from those couple of drivers as we wait for people to join us here in the podium chat, and we can get some of these interviews up and underway.
Man, it was a wild one.
Yeah, wild finish. I know. I don't think Lori was very happy with the end of it either. Watching the driver of the 99 backwards and kind of upside down riding the fence after that wreck. Looking back at that wreck, Skylar Herod, right behind the 71 there. It was almost. It could have been push the pusher after the truck in front of them got a little bit sideways, the 42, but it was kind of hard to tell completely what happened there.
Yeah.
It's one of those replays we'll have to go back and watch over and over.
As well, I thought.
Well, it's showing Tristan. Tristan Cotton got third on iRacing. I know it's
Oh,
different
oh,
on-
so maybe a little bit of a late penalty there from the 05 that kicks him
maybe so.
down a few spots. All right, so then in that case, your third place finisher here tonight. Let me just double check to see if he put his camera up. He did not. We get to talk to tonight's third place podium finisher, the 7 of the Trister. Tristan Cotton finding his way through the chaos to finish things off here at Talladega, up 23 spots on the day. Tristan, congratulations. A great podium finish from you here tonight. And man, oh man, this was kind of a Wild West shootout out at Talladega tonight.
What's up, fellas? It's my second time up here. It was pretty crazy back there in the back. I was just I was like praying for something, and then it happened. Then, I mean, all the moves were good, I guess. So we're here now.
I think it's probably the first time I've got a little photo of you going sideways across the checkered line, like perfectly 90 degrees. You're facing the flag man as you're coming across the finish line, man. But hey, man, third place is third place, and you made it happen. You started way back in 26th. What was the biggest factor out there? Was it strategy, or was it teamwork, or was it just luck, just trying to stay out of the crap that was happening out there?
Actually, it was all my teammates, man. All of them make the plans. I just kind of go with them and hope it works. It's all my team, man. It's just all them. So,
Hey, you're at a loss for words, man. You're up here in the podium
Yeah.
with us. Here's the deal. Great job. That's going to give you some points for the season. Talladega's crazy. That last extra 400 or 500 yards just really changes the game, and it did for you tonight. But who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
all my team, and then obviously Daniel for the paints. He does all my paints, everything. And then big shout out to my sister, man. She beat cancer.
Hell yeah. Hell
yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes, sir, man. So we're pretty fired up in chat, man. So
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations to that 7 of Mr. Tristan Cotton picking up the third place podium finish here tonight, man. Definitely go and celebrate it, and we wish you the best of luck coming up on the next one here, buddy.
yes, sir. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
And with that, we'll move on up to our second place finisher here tonight. One of our friendly Canadians, the 71 of Connor Leach, fighting his way through the chaos, who I have no idea how you made it through that big one there, Connor, because you were pretty much directly right behind it as it was unfolding. So definitely getting a little luck there, but man, just a wild ride here at Dega. I mean, we up until the very end, it was pretty much 10 laps caution, 10 laps caution, and thankfully that 71 was able to make it all the way to the finish here tonight.
Yeah, we made it to the end. I don't really think I spent much time up front until kind of just before that last pit stop everyone had to make, and me and Skylar and Alan all got up to the front together, had 1, 2, 3 with the team going, and then made our pit stops and came back out, and then yeah, down to the end, it was tight racing. I didn't mean to cause a wreck there at the end or anything. It was kind of just trying to stay tight to the line on the inside, and the car in front, I guess I was pushing his left rear corner and got him a little loose, and all hell broke loose. But we managed to get through that somehow, some way.
And Connor, it did look like you had a little help from behind there. It might have been a little push the pusher action right there towards the end with Skylar, and obviously not intentional, but hey man, crap happens at these big plate tracks, but we gotta start calling you the Iceman. That's what it looks like when you're running around out there. We're watching you on the camera, and it's like you got ice water in your veins. Nothing really phases you, and you're so hyper focused. And you have to be when stuff is going wrong in front of you, and cars are sliding up and down and across the track, and you just kind of find your way through it and don't panic. And man, great job out there tonight, and it got you a third. Next week is Vegas. Completely different kind of track. Y'all looking forward to it?
Oh yeah, looking forward to that. It should be a bit of tire saving going on there, because I think we'll probably be the same as usual with the NTRL, just 2 sets of tires for a fairly long race, so tire saving will be pretty key, especially at the start of the race, and then cautions whenever they come out. We'll see what happens. It's you always can go in with a strategy, but you never know what's going to go down.
Yeah, be prepared for the worst. And hey, not bad tonight there. Up 10 in second place. Good job. Who'd you like to throw some shout outs to?
Just shout out to the team, Skunkworks, Graphics, NTRL, DW, and all the admins for putting on this league, and you guys for broadcasting. And yeah, hopefully we can spend some more time talking with you guys at the end of a race.
Yes, sir, indeed. Big congratulations to the 71 of Connor Leach picking up that second place finish here tonight. I'll be seeing you here on Wednesday night there, buddy. I'm gonna be.
Oh yeah, I guess you're coming out this way.
Yeah, gonna be heading out that way, hitting up those bars. Hopefully the Canucks are in town to liven up the place, so that'd be a fun time. But look forward to hanging some time out there, and good luck coming up with your next couple of races here, buddy.
All right, man. Yeah, city should be buzzing with the Canucks, so that should be a good time for you.
And with that, we move on up to tonight's race winner. Oh man, it's that 19 of Brandon Coleman picking up the race win here tonight from Talladega. Brandon, congratulations. It was a fight to the bitter end, and you definitely didn't say you were going to give up on any type of position here tonight.
No, I didn't want to wreck him, but he threw a block, and then I don't know if his car was, when he threw the block, I jumped to the outside and tried to stick tight to him, and I don't know if he tried to throw another block or what, but I didn't mean to wreck him. But
And I mean, we see this in NASCAR a lot. You know, when you have somebody that's mirror driving, I mean, you got to try to do what you can to win. But once you've zigged and you've zagged, you know, maybe it's time to go ahead and try to do what you can to get around them. And that's kind of what we saw here tonight. That Goats 19, we've been watching it for a long time. And you had the Rocket Fast Cash paint on the Toyota tonight. And you got the win. The win was sideways across the start-finish line, but it's a win nonetheless, man. Great job. Congratulations.
thank you.
With that, who would you like to give some shout outs to?
I want to thank Paul for painting them. I want to thank Ben for working together with us. Justin still watches and jumps in from time to time. Hopefully he'll be in the next season. And thank you guys for broadcasting, and Derek and everybody for doing their thing and putting it on.
Awesome, man. Well, big congratulations to your race winner here tonight, the 19 of Brandon Coleman, picking up that huge W here tonight, man. Congratulations, and good luck with the upcoming rest of the season here, buddy.
Thank you.
He looks like he practiced that burnout and stuff for a long time, man. He did such a hell of a job.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go back and watch that on the replay.
Yeah, there's some controversy in the chat too, so that's always cool. Maybe somebody will be mad at somebody. Finally, the anger, let it roll.
As we continue to roll this one towards the very end. Here from Talladega, let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing here for the evening with that 19 of Brandon Coleman picking up the race win, 71 of Connor Leach finding his way to second with the 7 of Tristan Cotton rounding out your field's podium. Mark Collins in the 23 machine hangs on for a 4th place finish with the 16 of Larry Dickerson rounding out your field's top 5. You got the 3 of Skylar Herod fighting to the bitter end to get through that wreck, finishing here tonight in 6th. 24, Stephen Hines gets a good top 10 7th place finish there as well. 92, Timothy Stubblefield. Man, he got into some trouble there a couple of times, but fought on through it for an 8th place finish. 9th, the 63 of the Weatherman, Mr. Dave Holmberg, having a great run with the 31 of Scott Milner, rounding out your fields, finishing top 10.
98 truck of Tate Cawthorn finishes in 11th, up from 30th. Dylan Ritchie, your pole sitter here tonight during the open qualifier. He'll finish in 12th position in the 26 truck. The 42, Kevin Winker, your leader all the way up until the last lap there. He'll finish in 13th place, right where he started. Nick Tucker in the 88 will finish in 14th place. 15th, Philip Ellis in the 29. The one-legged wonder, Derek Welch, in the 1 truck, finishes in 16th. Hope your mom's all right there, buddy, and we're praying for her as well. 17th place will be H8 Evangelista in the 05 truck. The 15, Vincent Short, we saw him doing a bunch of great pushing out there here tonight. He'll finish in 18th place. Dylan Bryant in the 8 finishes in 19th, rounding out your top 20, and the last truck on the lead lap, the 12 of Benjamin McKenna.
99, America's driver, Albert Anderson. Bad luck there. Got turned and learned there. At the end, it happens. 21st, 22nd. 17 of Garrett Thompson. Christopher Jordan in the 78, 23rd, 24th, D. Allen Grote. In the 14 truck, 22 of Chuck Kiger. Ended up 25th, and the 26th position, final. The 51 of Chris Klein, 69, Ian Davis, 27th, 48 of Henry Wyndham. Ended up 28th, 29th, Paul Durkee in the 13, number 6 of Caleb Sisk, 24 laps down, 30th, 31st, Double O Joe Bennett. 54, James Lee, 32nd. I think there's Tom Barish, old double nickel. I believe he might have been race control tonight.
No, he was racing. He just got involved.
Was
Yeah, he got involved in
Oh,
some
that's
early
right.
stuff.
Sorry, Tom. I didn't get to see you double nickel, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's in last place there.
Oh no, he started way up at the front and like second or third, yeah. So unfortunate there for that double nickel, but that is your field here from Talladega tonight. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a fantastic time out here with us. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you enjoy any of the action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button here as well. We also have to say a huge proud thank you to the sponsors of the NTRL, such as Davidson Builders, DEP Graphics, Sim Gear Central, Trek Bar Media, Beadle's Custom Car Carriers. I apologize to you there, Mr. Bruce Muehlberger. I forgot to hit the button to throw up your name there for the yellows, but Muehlberger Custom Homes on board, as well as the team of goats. Thank you all for being a big part of this league, as they wouldn't be able to put on the amazing show like they do without you. So big thank you to all of you. With that, we close things on down here tonight, but don't you worry, we're right back in action here once again with the Numb Thumbs Racing League Next Gen Cup Series coming up tomorrow night. Should be a very fun event indeed, so we look forward to seeing you all then. But until then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
Oh.
See ya.